Hello, everyone. Welcome to the sessions. Good morning, good evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world. We're now in the second session of this PRME Commons walkthrough. We're really happy and excited to be here with you today to launch PRME Commons, to launch this new SIP 2.0 logic for reporting. So please be welcome to the session. This is the moment also for you to raise questions and concerns that you may have. We will have a Q&A session on the end of presentation. So I encourage you to use the Q&A functionality here on Zoom. You can also use the chat. We will answer all of the questions on the chat or in Q&A and also during the presentation. I will hand over the floor to my colleague, Tung Shan, who's managing PRME Commons, and been really engaged and involved in all this process in the past few months. And Tung will lead us during the next hour. So Tung, welcome again. Wishing you a good session today.
Yeah, thank you, Gustavo. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. You should all receive an email invitation to join Commons. If not, it will come into your mailbox within the next 12 hours. So I just want to show you, if you can see my screen, this is sort of the email invitation. This is the email invitation. We hear begin your 2024 SIP report. And you can click the link and then you can start setting up your account to the platform. Now I'll bring you directly to the platform. Here you will see after you logged in and key in your account name and password, some of it will be pre-filled for you. And some of it, if the information is incorrect, you can always change it. Before I move on to other aspects of the platform, I want to explain that today I'll be explaining a couple functionality. First one is, of course, your account, your profile settings. And then if you are the admin of your organization, you will also see an extra tab here. It's called the organization tab. And here you see that I've included my organization, that is PRME, and I filled in all the relevant information. We'll get to this later. And then if you are the admin, so here we call it a supervisor or contributor of SIP. So this is not related to your the PRME membership account. This is completely related to who is responsible for the SIP reporting. The supervisor has ability to add other members in the organization, and the contributor is someone who can view the platform. They can upload the objects and narrative function. They can help in providing response to a SIP report, but they cannot click submit the report. So I will also be explaining what is objects, what is narrative, the SIP report functionality. So this is, as you can see here, it's a little bit squeezed. This website, sort of this platform is built for a 20-inch laptop. I have a smaller 13-inch laptop, so it's squeezed. So if you have the same issue, all you need to do is zoom out and you can see that the tiles are lined up perfectly now in the 90% view. So please bear with us while we sort of improve on these sort of nitty-gritty functionality. And here you will see also the reports function. So this is not important for now. This is only for the future where you will have access to the list of SIP reports because the SIP will be an annual exercise. So you will be able to see, okay, this is a SIP sort of reporting in 2024, the start date of the survey, which was yesterday, and the end date of the survey, and the status is active. When the sort of period is ended, you can see the status will be inactive. But you can still go in and view the report as we expect sort of the principles, within the principles, the different questions and requirement of RME might change, right? So let's go back to the account. So now that I've walked you through the different features of the platform, an overview. If you have any question about the glossary that you don't know what certain things means, I encourage you to go to the home page, to the home button, and download the SIP 2.0 preview. So you don't really need to download it. You can just click it, right? And it will be open for you. You can also print out this preview for your own sort of reading. But here you can see what we mean by each terminology. What is a questionnaire? What is an object? What is a narrative? Sort of the different, I just explained the roles. What is a supervisor and contributor? So a supervisor is the individual responsible for managing and overseeing the SIP report. The good thing about PRME Commons is that we are building it for institutional memory, which means that you can add multiple supervisors. Imagine that someone is about to leave the organization. You can first add your other colleagues or other member as a supervisor so that they can help you to submit the SIP before leaving or deleting your account. And then you have the contributor, which is an individual who supports the publishing of the SIP report and can contribute content for a specific section of the SIP. Let's go back to, so here you can see the homepage and you can look at the SIP 2.0 preview to guide you through it. I want to explain sort of the difference between a user account and an organization account. So you can see this is a user account, right? So this is myself. I've uploaded a profile picture. You can do that. And then you can key in your name, first name, last name, and your position. I'm a project manager of Commons here, and I've clicked the button that I would like to receive email notifications. We won't be sending email notification, but if there is any major communication about the platform, we will do that. And you can see all these are pre-filled, the email address, the organization name, and my role in the platform. So as an organization supervisor, you can fill in information or add a profile picture or logo of your school. And then you can go to members to invite others. So let's see, I can invite someone else to be a contributor. And then you can click submit. And here, this is sort of your panel to see an overview of whether or not the people that you invited have accepted this invitation to create an account on Commons. Sometimes you think, oh, I should not have sent this invite to this user. Then you can click remove and confirm, and this person will be deleted. I just want to share the screen. I'm not sure if you can see it. Gustavo, can you let me know if you can see a mailbox screen?
No, we're seeing the PRME Commons screen.
Yes, let me do, yes, I'll share another. Yes, so I've added myself. Yes, I can see now I'm sharing the right screen. And I've added sort of someone in my organization, and I just want you to know that this is the kind of invitation email that they will see. So dear, this email address, you've been invited to join the Commons. This is the invitation link they have to click in order to join the Commons, and we will tell them the link is exclusive and will expire on a certain date, right? So this is so you know when you invite a colleague, what they will see. And then here, can you see my screen on Commons again?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we will go to settings. And you can see this one, again, the organizational page will allow you to delete your organization account should you decided to go through the formal procedure of leaving PRME, right? So this option is there, but by here, we will ask you if you're sure. Once you, if you're sure, there's no other places where you have to retype your password actually, but it will be sent to PRME Secretariat, and then we will delete your data within 30 days. But this is just to show you that as an admin, as a supervisor, you do have this sort of rights to your organization account. And also, if you click delete, Prime Secretary will be informed. We will also check with your dean or executive, highest executive, on whether or not this is something that is true. But also, if you go to sort of a user setting, you can manage your own account. You can change your password, change your email address if you have a new work email. You can also delete your own user account once you're sure that, okay, my other colleague will take over. I no longer need to be in this platform. You may do so. So there are distinction between sort of your own user profile and the organization profile. And organization profile, this tab, organization tab, is only visible to the supervisor or the admin only. So let's go to the SIP report itself. And here you will see that the SIP report, we have a description of why we do SIP report, what it is, and you will see that there are 7 tiles here, grouped according to principles. Within each principle, say, if we look at teach, there is one required question, right? So there is this, you will see this. For example, for values, there are 2 required narratives. I've go ahead to prepare the narrative, so this is 2 out of 2. So here we will provide an overview for you to see how far you have answered each principle, how far you are in the SIP reporting. And you can see here how many days left to you have to submission deadline. So here there's 154 days left. We'll do a countdown for you. I just want to assure you that you can come in and out of the platform. Everything that you do on the SIP report will be automatically saved. So as you can see, I've adjusted the screen so that it looks cleaner and better for you. And here we have purpose. And here what we ask you is to upload objects. These objects are the letter from the most senior officer or dean committing to prime principal. Let me remove this object so that I can demonstrate how you can add object. So I want to clarify here, when we ask for, say, objects, there's no need to add a narrative. So a narrative is not here to supplement the object. It's not here to describe what the object is, because it should be very clear when you upload the PDF. It is a piece of PDF. It is a letter. There's no need to add additional narrative. I will show you in another question when we ask for an object and you maybe do not have it, and you can explain why, right? So here, let's proceed to create an object. So you will see that it will be pre-filled for you. This, what we ask of you, is a letter committing to prime principal. So contributors here is, you may click yourself. So these are all the people who have accepted it, or who are members, sort of contributors and supervisors in your organization. Or you can leave it. So it doesn't matter. You will be like, okay, the contributor is the person submitting this object. It's you by default, right? And the date of the letter is today. So you can type in declaration of our commitment. And you can click English. Sharing rights here, you can set it to private, public, or prime community. So let me go here to explain the sharing rights. So sharing rights mean who can access your information. If you select public, this information or data can be shared with third parties and global communications. There is something that you should know, that in SIP reporting has always been a public exercise. In the UN Prime website, you can always find sort of past SIP reports, right? So when you set something as public, it will be you will be able to view it. Let me go out here so you can see. When you press view report, So the public will be able to see sort of the metadata of what you have submitted, but not download the object itself. But people will be able to view it on a public sort of in this sense. So a link will be generated, and then hopefully people can be able to view sort of what is the answers that are submitted. So you need to be aware of sort of the sharing rights. If you select private, private means that it will only be available for your institution. And then for Prime community, data selected will be shared with the Prime Secretariat and all the signatory members. So here we have a disclaimer, which I will read because it's very important to note that by selecting sharing rights for your SIP report, you're assuming full responsibility and representing your organization's view, right, and stance. So as a SIP reporter, it is within your own discretion to check or determine the visibility of evidence to the public, private or Prime community only. When you're not sure, so even though this is a platform, which is a digital exercise, we still encourage you to share it for public if you could, if these are not sensitive information, because in any way, public could not download the objects or the narrative. What they can see is the metadata view. So while we encourage public sharing, because SIP serve as a public learning and progress monitoring exercise, we understand that certain objects may be sensitive and exclusive to your organization. And since Prime Commons serves as a repository for institutional memory, we allow tailoring for sharing preferences to safeguard sensitive information. So this is something that you should know and should be aware of. That if you're not comfortable with sharing things publicly, or if you're not sure, you can always click private, which is for your own institution only, and change it later, right? You can always go back to the platform and change it later. Today, yes. And you can click next. This is a statement. Who's a relevant stakeholder? You can say it's for Prime community, student, teachers, and public. The purpose is to demonstrate our commitment to Prime. You can select file. Please note that you can select file that are up to 10 megabyte, so not too big, right? So here you can see I have a PDF, which is 4.7 MB, should be okay. If you want as well, and if there is a website, you can also add the website. So you can do both, because we all know that website links sometimes changes or they broke. So it's good to have both. If you only want to do either one, that's fine as well. And you can click confirm. And the object is now created. And so you can also remove the object if you think, okay, I made a mistake, or you can also edit the object if you want, and then you can change the title, the description, and you can change things around, for example. So let me add back the object, which is a statement. Now, if you see on the second question, we ask you to provide a document of your mission, vision, strategy, or purpose. This is very broad, which means that here in such a question, we expect you to add more than one object or narrative. So an example here that I've uploaded, it's a strategic plan. Sorry, I worked at Erasmus University, so I use their strategic plan from 2019 to 2024 as an example here. So here there's a description of the strategy, how do we want to contribute to our society, and how we take action within research, education, business, and partnership. The language of the strategic plan is in Dutch, and we want to showcase it to the Prime community. So feel free to upload any objects that are not in English. This is also how we want to improve the different diversity of content, and given the advent of AI and also large language model as well as machine translation, we believe that it won't be an issue to process these data. So here I can add a file, which is here you can see this website about the strategy, or I can select a file. Let me go to here. This is actually a 156 pages of our strategy. Let me click confirm. It will take a while. Oh, this one. So sometimes you will see that I could not click confirm just now. If you would just go back and check if everything's correct. If it is, you should be able to click confirm. If you could not click confirm or nothing happens, you can email us in primcommons@unglobalcompact.org. But you can see that now the object has been edited. You will see that it will also be added to the object repository right here. So these are the list of objects that I've created. As I said, when you add other members of your organization, they could also create objects and narratives for you. So here I can download the object. Or if you don't want to download it, you can click on it actually, and it will be there. So you can click on the object and there is this PDF view, and then you can see this 156 pages of Dutch strategic plan. And you can also copy the link or open it. The link functionality will actually work great in the narrative section. I will show you how. So in the same mission, vision, strategy, or purpose, sometimes mission is not a formal object, right? It is integrated somewhere. What you can do is to add a narrative. So here you see that I've already created a narrative, which is called Mission and Priorities of the University. I click confirm, and you can see this narrative is now added. Let's view what I've written in this narrative. So here, let me click edit. This is the create narrative functionality that we have. So in the event that you do not have an object about your mission, not even a website link, but you do have text and you want to share it with us, you can add, okay, so this is about our mission and priorities of Erasmus University Rotterdam, just to make it clear. And can type in anything you want. There's no upper or minimum or maximum. You can add a chapter, you can add a heading. Society impact, for example. And you can also provide the website link. You can add a link here. For now, we'll just do. And then it is created. So here you can click on it and then, or also click to open in a new tab or new window. You can also delete the chapter. And you cannot proceed without selecting when this narrative is applicable, right? So you have to tell me, okay, this mission and priorities, of course, they will go outdated. They were written in 2019 and they're applicable until 2024. It's a 5-year strategic period. It's in English. The audience for this piece of information is a public information because you can also find that on our website, actually. The country is Netherlands. Sharing rights, this is for the platform. Because it is already publicly available, I click public. The coverage is global, international, national, regional, or local. So this is a piece of information about like how relevant is this piece of information for the entire world. Since it is about mission and priorities of Erasmus University, we can click local. And the subject here, you can create new subject, add new text, or you can select from these tags. So I already create one called societal impact. You can also say, institutional strategy, for example. So you can add any text that you want, and then you click Save Narrative. So this narrative is already published. Let me go to the narrative section. So if you click on narratives, you can create your narrative. There's some of it you can see now. The second one is in draft, and the first one is published, right? Once it's published, it's published. You cannot change it, but all you can do is delete it. But here, for example, let me show something that is in draft. I want to show you in draft. So for example, here you will see that you can preview the narrative before you publish it. You can save it and then click publish. But if you're not sure and you want other members to contribute to the narrative, right? So we talk about the ability to co-write together. Right now, we're only restricting that within your organization, not between organization, but we might develop that functionality in the future. So you can say, oh, I need someone else to help me to write this functionality. You can email this person, or when they receive the invite and created an account, they can already start writing. So you can see I've talked about the responsible quality publishing at Rotterdam School of Management Open Access. This is directly copied from the SIP report in 2020. So you can see what is the purpose of this text, the statements, and then I've added chapters as well. And then I've selected the date range on the right, language, audience, and so on. So you can save the narrative, and it's saved, but it is not published. If you want it to be published, for example, yeah, it is now a draft. I want to edit it. I click publish narrative. Once it's published, you will be able to see this in the reader view. So the author view is for you to write or create narrative. The reader view is to show you all the narratives that you've written and published to either support to be included in the SIP report, or just to tell the Prime community what is happening in your institution that are not captured by SIP, right? So you can have all kinds of different tags in your narrative. And at one point, we will also add later down in 2 to 3 months, a community tab function where everyone within the Prime community can view and read what was published if they select sort of Prime community in their narrative. So let me go back to the SIP report. You can also go click on these, on the top, you will see the color, right? For purpose, I fully answered it, so the color is full. And then you have values, and then you have teach, which is empty, but you can also click on it to switch between the principles. Like I said, you can come in and out of this platform anytime. So let's go to teach, and we say, oh, I have PhD level with courses. So here what you can do is you can create a learning object. Let me show you. Sean, today, sustainability practices. Sharing it's private because it's a course. And here, since it's a learning object, we ask you to add these things. educational level, it's PhD. Or a refill it, interactive activity type, flip classroom. And you can select a file to drop here about the course. And for example, now just do this and confirm. So here sometimes you feel like, okay, I want to add object. I also want to add a narrative. So there's this narrative which I just created. There's a PhD dissertation on SDG 12, responsible consumption, and you can sort of view this narrative that is related and attach it to the SIP report. And then, so for example, in the second question, does the prime signatory member have at least one organization entity, whether it's a center, institute, academic department that is accountable and responsible for RME on behalf of the signatory? The answer is not yet, right? No, not yet. We do not yet have a RME specific center, but we have something else, right? So here, I've written here that at Erasmus University, we have several research initiative, right? So here explaining that, well, we don't have responsible management education specific stuff, but we do have something that is adjacent. So this will help us to sort of provide more richness to your answer instead of just no and yes. But for us now, we can see that what other types of programs are out there, they may not fit sort of the language of prime. So here I said that, hey, we have 4 different types of program, and I've provided links to these websites, and you can see this. Once I click directly, there will be, hey, this is a program called Dynamics of Inclusive Prosperity. So these are the evidence. We can go in and read it. This one is the other one. So here you can see within the narrative, you don't have to write too much if you can provide a link here. You can also provide a link to a YouTube video, for example. And this is how you sort of do it. And I did the chapter, I provided a link. Here it's a YouTube video. And then so you can link the video. Okay, let's go back to the SIP report. One of the benefits of sort of this functionality or what we have in Commons is your ability to attach a sort of the same object. For example, let me see if I have a question that can demonstrate that. Yes, so for example, in values. So here we ask, does the prime signatory member have a person who is accountable and responsible for prime? I said no, but the individual staff or faculty members are stewarding the role if you view it. We say, hey, there's a prime focal point at Rotterdam School of Management. The person responsible is Wilfred. He is the policy director. He is assisted by Ava Road. You can reach out to them via email. So this is how you can write a narrative, because we don't really have a contact form that you can fill. So you can write a narrative. And then you can see question number 3, list the name, position, and email addresses of all the people responsible and accountable for RME at the prime signatory member. I cannot scroll down suddenly. Something wrong with my screen. Yes, here. You can add the same object that I created. So just now it was, sorry, that was a narrative. You can add the same narrative, which is a prime focal point at RSM. So you don't need to create the same things again and again. You can also reselect them if they're relevant for the different question, right? So this is how you do it. And so you will be able to remember that all your other contributors would be able to help you to answer these questions. Sometimes you don't have the questions yourself, and the SIP report is very generous. The deadline is 31st of August. I do not expect you to go in and finish everything by the end of today or tomorrow. The platform is there. You can come in and out of it. And then you can see from a preview level what kind of things that you've submitted. You can see the description is still wonky. We will fix that in our back end. It's not perfect right now, but a lot of things is there. And then you can see that which question that I did not answer yet. It will also show you how many questions, objects, and narrative that you uploaded for each question. Yes, let me see. Let me go to the object because there are different object types that you can create. For example, I've created here. Yeah, you see if there is something wrong, there is a error message, and you can email us here. Let's hope that this works. Let's see, this event is PRME Conference 2024. Yes, the object is created today, actually. And PRME Conference. The language is in English. Sharing rights, prime community. Here, I want to show you the different metadata of object types. So what you see was a statement before, which is a letter, mission, vision, strategy plan. And then you have policy. So here, if it is a policy, you can say this is about diversity, equity, and inclusion for staff members. The enforcement date is some date. Revision date is today. If there's no revision, number of pages 2. Publisher, if it's your own university that publishes it, you can write your university or your business school. So it could be Rotterdam School of Management, or it's a policy from university. So you can say your Erasmus University Rotterdam. And this one is a white paper, or it can be a website. And then you can add the evidence for the policy. If it's a learning object, so that I already showed you how to create that and the different metadata that we will request. And then there's the event, which is you can showcase. So just now, if I go back, this is about RME conference. And we can click sort of if the conference is in January or February, between these date, location is Amsterdam, speakers Matt Damon, event description, it was about water crisis, for example. You can also add sort of a website and you can click confirm. And then this sort of event will be created. So you can do it 2 ways. You can create the object from the object repository directly if you know what kind of object that you think is relevant for the SIP report, right? And then you can go to the report itself because it's about event right here. And then you can just add directly from the list that you've created. So not only I want to also include this RME event to confirm. Yeah, so you can create multiple objects that are relevant to answer the question. There's also no upper limit to that. So feel free to share with us as much as you want, as little as you want. The quality of the SIP report and the answers really is up to the way you choose to answer it, right? So I just want to say that this is the end to my presentation, and I'll be open for all kinds of Q&A, and that today is just the beginning for Prime Commons. And I hope that you will join this journey with us. It is not the end. We will continue be improving and developing the platform according to your feedback. We are also aware that sometimes some functionality might not work perfectly, but feel free to email us. We're always there for you, and we'll solve the issue immediately with our developers. But this is what we have for the Prime community now, and I hope that this will really help assist in the digital transformation and sort of encourage a process of a culture of collective reporting that is structured and useful for everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Tuntung. I think we have some questions on the Q&A. I don't know if you want to address.
Yes, so I see now, can narratives contain graphics? Right now, we do not have this option. We're still developing that. We are only including website links. So here we are also thinking of how much data we will be able to process and how will we view these charts, graphs, and photos. Should there be like a stream of narrative, right? So this is something that is in the pipeline of development. We do want to add, for example, in the event, if you have a photo of the conference, you want to share that, that should be possible. So we're developing that right now, but it is not possible right now. We will provide an email update once that feature is provided, is updated. Yes.
Yeah, and to complement, I think what you can do, if you have a post on your university website or something like this, you can link you can add the link of this post of this image gallery and things like this on the Prime Commons. So you can provide such information, but not directly on Prime Commons. Let's say a photo, upload directly a photo or a graphic or things like this. But you can link. You can add links to the construction of the narrative.
I just want to check with those who are in this call now. Have you received an email invitation or logged in to the Commons yet?
I think this was sent today to all the contact points of the institution, the focal contact point. So those are the ones that have your login and admin credentials on Prime website, on Prime profile. If you didn't receive it, probably someone else from our institution had received it. But if you don't know who this person is, please reach out to us. You can update your contact info on the Prime website. So you can go there, log in with your university credentials, and then add contact point and contact information there to receive the invitation to join Prime Commons.
Yes. So if you are a focal point for SIP reporting and you should be an admin of Commons, please update your contact info here. Yeah, email info@umprime.org if within the next 48 hours you haven't received an email invitation. Right.
Great. Okay, everyone. As Tuntun said, we are just starting. This is a really important day for us and Secretariat and for all the Prime Commons team, because this is a process that we start almost 3 years ago, building construction and talking with the community, building the questions, the structure, how we transition to the SIP 2.0 logic. So it's a long journey, but we're now starting a different journey that is a transition journey that we need the support of community, and really engage with Prime Commons platform, see the functionalities, get familiar with it. And if you see any questions, issues, if some concerns about it, please reach out to us. We have a special email for it, primecommons@unglobalcompact.org, already shared here on the chat. We're also having different webinars as we go during the year, during all the submission process. As Tuntun said, this year the submission period we went in the end of August. So you still have some time to go to the platform, take a look on it, prepare the information that you need to share, add information, go back, reflect, share with others, and etc. And we are here to support you on this process. As I just said, in the following months, we will have different webinars talking about different functionalities on PRME Commons, for example, on the objects, so a webinar just to talk about objects, and a webinar just to talk about narratives, and so on. So really the idea is to make everyone comfortable to report on this new platform. All the meeting records will be available on PRME website. So if you have someone that you want to see and to learn a little bit more, you can direct this person to PRME SIP 2.0 website. I will share it again here on the chat. So we have all the recordings of this meeting, the past meetings, all the resource and information will be there, and also the upcoming webinars available for the community. Again, feel free to reach out to us and count on us with this journey. Again, thanks Hyun for all your hard work, not just you, of course, but all the team, Alex and everyone all ever developed that support this construction. Really happy, and we're looking for this brilliant future of digital transformation on PRME.
Yes, thank you so much, Gustavo. I also want to let everyone know that we're in the process of developing a user guide video to help guide you through a process. If you have any questions about the functionality of the platform, we also understand that this is all a learning exercise for everyone who participate in this SIP reporting. So yes, let's learn and share with each other as much as we can. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day, everyone.